What if time wasn't as constant as it seems? What if the ticking of a clock could change depending on how fast you move or how close you are to a black hole? This isn't science fiction, it's real. And it's one of the most mind-bending discoveries in physics: time dilation. The idea that time can stretch and warp might sound impossible, but it's a fundamental part of how our universe works. Let's start with a simple thought experiment. Imagine two identical clocks, one placed on a rocket traveling near the speed of light, and the other left on Earth. When the rocket returns after what feels like a few years to the astronaut, people on Earth might have aged decades. The astronaut hasn't just traveled through space, they've also traveled into the future. This isn't a trick, it's a direct consequence of Einstein's theory of relativity, which shattered the old idea that time is absolute. Before Einstein, scientists like Isaac Newton believed time was like a universal metronome, ticking at the same rate for everyone, everywhere. But Einstein showed that time was more like a river, flowing at different speeds depending on motion and gravity. The faster you move, the slower time passes for you compared to someone standing still. This is called time dilation due to velocity, and it's been confirmed in countless experiments. One of the most famous proofs came from atomic clocks placed on airplanes. When scientists compared these high-speed clocks to identical ones on the ground, they found that the flying clocks ran slightly slower. The difference was incredibly small, just a few billionths of a second, but it was enough to prove Einstein right. If the speed were much greater, say 90% the speed of light, the effect would be dramatic. A few hours for the fast-moving traveler could mean years for everyone else. But speed isn't the only thing that works. Time gravity does too. The stronger the gravitational pull, the slower time moves. This is called gravitational time dilation. If you were to place one clock at the top of a tall mountain and another at sea level, the clock at sea level, where gravity is slightly stronger, would tick just a tiny bit slower. On Earth, the difference is too small to notice, but near a black hole, where gravity is crushing, time could almost come to a complete stop from an outside observer's perspective. So why does this happen? The key is understanding space-time, the idea that space and time are woven together into a single fabric. Massive objects like stars and black holes create curves in this fabric, bending both space and time around them. The deeper the curve, the slower time flows. Similarly, when you move at extreme speeds, you're stretching the way time behaves relative to someone at rest. This isn't just theoretical. Time dilation has real-world consequences. Take GPS satellites, for example. They orbit Earth at high speeds and experience weaker gravity than we do on the surface. If engineers didn't account for the tiny shifts in time caused by relativity, GPS navigation would be off by kilometers within minutes. Every time you use your phone to find directions, Einstein's equations are quietly working in the background to keep everything accurate. Now, here's a fascinating question. Could we ever use time dilation to travel into the future? Technically, yes. If we could build a spacecraft capable of traveling near light speed, a short trip for the crew could mean centuries pass on Earth. But traveling back in time is a different story. Most physicists believe the past is off limits unless some yet undiscovered physics, like wormholes or exotic matter, could make it possible. The universe is far stranger than our everyday experience suggests. Time dilation proves that reality is more flexible, more mysterious than we often realize. The next time you glance at a clock, remember it's not just measuring seconds. It's part of a vast, dynamic fabric that bends and twists with motion and gravity. Physics doesn't just describe the world we see. It reveals hidden layers of reality that challenge our understanding of existence itself. So the next time someone says time flies, you can tell them it actually depends on how fast you're moving.
Hey there, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate the effort behind it, don't forget to like this video. It really helps the channel grow, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. Oh, and one more thing, share this video with your friends. Spread the love and support. Alright, now let's get back to the video. Let me know if you want any tweaks.